die. Long live President Jacob Zuma, long live. Long live Msholos, long live. Forward to flag nation, forward. Forward to total victory, MK, forward. Iyabasabanya. Hello, comrades. Thank you. Let me start by greeting the leadership of the Youth League here in front, as led by the Boss Kanyile. I want to greet the leadership of the branch of the MK Youth League of Haramkua, also the leadership of TUT Main Campus and Social Mover who are here. I also recognize the leadership of the Youth League, which are leading in the zone, which are leading even in the motherboard. I want to recognize also Imbogoto, the provincial treasurer of the MK Youth League here in Gauteng, Uthandi comrades. And also comrades, my name is Pilani Kazuzunduli. And I happen to be also a student in this very university from TUT Main Campus. I'm trying to comrades, my task here is very easy. The task here is to introduce the next speaker who's going to speak to you. In the MK Youth League, comrades, we've always maintained that we do not want long meetings which are unnecessary. Our young people today were starting the long weekend, President. So we want to go see what they're doing. Comrades, in that spirit, fellow comrades, in that spirit, we must also remember that today is the 8th of August, just one day before the 9th of August of 1956, when women marched to the Union Building to demand the rights for black people in this country. Imbogoto, oh Mama Albertina, oh Mama, oh Lilian Ngoye, oh Mama Aidile Tambo, Abatata, umzabalazi bahamba bayobhekana ngqo nohulumeni obandlululo. Sidinga abantu besifazane abanaleyo tshisekelo namhlanje who have that fire burning to fight for women issues, but balwe nama-struggles abantu abasha. Umuntu engizomintroduce namhlanje is a man that needs no introduction. I'm here to introduce a leader of young people in the 21st century. I'm here to introduce a cadre who has been in the struggle fighting for young people. He was part of the Fees Must Fall movement and led several protests across the country, which got him arrested in 2016. He had to spend 6 months in jail. Wabhali exam yakhe ejele, waphasa ngo-cum laude. He came out of prison in the highest court in the land. No political leader, no political prisoner has ever went to that court in the history of this country. Even Ubabu Robert Zebuwe, even Ubabu Nelson Mandela have never went to that court. He was released in the Constitutional Court by Chief Justice Mogoeng. He came out of prison and continued the struggle until free education was declared by President Zuma in 2018 by all this generation of Fees Must Fall led by the President. Today, NSFAS is no longer a loan that you must pay back after you've graduated. Today, NSFAS is a bursary. You are studying free of charge because of the sacrifices made by the generation led by Kanye. So with that, Kanye continued to lead the struggle of black people, including by the time when they arrested an old man, our beloved father, President Zuma. They arrested him in 2021. Again, Bonkos Kanyile was in the forefront fighting for the release of President Zuma from prison. He stood with Zuma when it was unfashionable to do so. He stood with Zuma without anything to benefit. He stood with Zuma without knowing that one day there will be an organization called Controversy, but stood with him as a matter of principle. Again, he was arrested and he stayed 3 months in jail when he was fighting for Zuma to be released. And indeed, President Zuma was released from prison as a result of the July unrest. We must wish the president well, because on Friday, the 16th, he is going to appear in court at Durban Magistrate Court for the same case of Free Msholozi case. Now, Gizobisa, indoda engadingi introducer, an agitator, a mobilizer, a fearless leader, a political agitator. Thank you very much, comrades. I'm no longer going to do a speech because I'm told by the leadership of the branch that the buses are leaving at 30:30, and the introduction by the speaker Kazuzu also ate on my time, and my minutes were eaten by him while he was introducing me. So I'm only left with 1 minute to speak to you. But what I want to say from here in this podium, do not ever take the issues of sanitary towels for granted, because the issues of sanitary towels are very fundamental into a poor rural and township child. There are children that do not go to school, that do not attend schools because they do not afford sanitary towels. Like condoms are free, sanitaries must also be free. In any sexual intercourse, it becomes a choice that you decide consciously and you choose. You ought to protect yourself and buy your condoms. But for you to go on your periods is not by choosing, it's not by choice, but it's all choosing. So long as you live, you ought to continue. Therefore, sanitary towels, they ought to be free. Every girl child, especially poor and black, that is a rural child and that is a township child, ought to get free sanitary towels. And when this SRC of MK, they win elections in September, they ought to provide that right. It must be the first campus on when students who come here, they must be given free sanitary towels. There are
many issues that we ought to speak about, but we are saying, we are briefed as leadership that when you go outside the small gate, students of this campus are being robbed. Our demand says there ought to be a security who are going to ensure that students are protected outside when they go to the campus. We are told that on this campus there is a lecturer called Madala who is failing students perpetually. 80% of students are failing his course, but nothing happens to Madala. When the SRC of MK takes power, they must chase out that lecturer. He must We are demanding this now. We are saying the leadership of the branch ought to make sure that on this campus, library operates for 24 hours. When a student wakes up at 12, wants to come to library until 4 o'clock in the morning, the library must be opened. Also, the books on library, they must be updated. We don't want a library that looks like a museum. All the books, you cannot do you ought to rely on internet for research. You can't use books because these books are outdated. We are demanding books which are not museum books, but who are updated, that you can go to library and use. Correct. We are saying Wi-Fi must operate everywhere. Not a Wi-Fi when I'm outside. This is an institution of higher learning which operates in the 4th industrial revolution. You ought to be technologically advanced. West is a university of technology. You ought to have Wi-Fi. When you are around the gate, when you enter, the Wi-Fi must be full. Not a Wi-Fi that operates as if it has mood swings. When you are here, it's off. When you are there, it's high. This is the leadership we are bringing you here. But comrades, I want you to clap hands for young people who made this program possible, who were called, Dr. Kandile must not come. Comrades, I can tell you now, there is nowhere in this country where I would have a no-go area. Nowhere. None whatsoever. You have been called by scammers. You have been called by hypocrites who are saying you must stop programs. Don't invite this one, invite that one. I can tell you today, all those who make those calls, I know them and I've forgiven them. Because they suffer from intellectual dwarfism. They cannot comprehend, they cannot produce and reproduce ideas. At least they are told by someone who's certified, I'm degreed Muslim. You cannot stop the problem of young people. Young people, they must meet. Every day they must discuss issues that are affecting them as young people. We must not only meet in shebeens, we must be like the Jewish children who meet like this and discuss the economy and how they could make themselves succeed. Why? People must not speak. You are fighting to speak. I'm even hurt because we arrived the program too much more. I wanted you to engage one by one. Stop hiding. Because here, all of you have views. This politics is not a complex animal. It's a very open animal. All of us, we need to learn and unlearn from one another. Amanda!